Welcome to Everyday Happiness, where we create lasting happiness in about 2 minutes a day through my signature method of intentional margins, creating harmony between your to-dos and your priorities, happiness science, and musings about life. I'm your host, Katie Jeffcoat, and while tax day is still a month away here in the U.S., one of my New Year's goals was to get on my taxes early so I won't be scrambling come April. As I was sifting through receipts and 1099 forms, it got me thinking about Arthur Brooks, the Atlantic contributing editor and professor at Harvard, his theory on a happiness 401k. For our younger listeners, a 401k is a long-term retirement plan offered by employers to help individuals slowly build a robust savings portfolio that they can utilize when they stop working. While doing this with money is all well and good, wouldn't it be great if we could invest in our happiness? Perhaps even tax the joy we are experiencing now to use later. Well, Brooks says we can, that there is a way to invest in your happiness when you are young to enjoy the fruits of longer life, okay? So I have mentioned this pivotal study before in my podcast, but I want to take a quick minute to reiterate it here. So in 1938, Harvard started a study following a group of men from youth to adulthood, asking every so often how they felt and where they were on the happiness scale, among other things, to understand their well-being. Each participant had all different walks of life, relationships, and life goals, so no two people were the same. This long-term study, of course, evolved, and it greatly expanded the number of participants beyond the small group of men from Harvard. As results began to fill in over the decades, researchers categorized participants into a spectrum of happiness, describing their happiness with life and their physical health. For example, one end of the scale would be happy well, with the opposite being sad sick. It comes as no surprise that some factors of happiness were beyond the participants' control, such as generational wealth or DNA-based health concerns. However, what was within the participants' power is the most fascinating, and as Brooks says, this can teach us a great deal about how to plan for late life happy wellness. Researchers discovered that 7 specific buckets affect our happiness into our 70s and 80s that we can start to fill now. Those 7 categories are smoking, drinking alcohol, body weight, exercise, emotional resilience, education, like lifelong learning, and relationships. So tune in tomorrow to discover the first half of the 401k buckets. And in case you missed it, we're pivoting this podcast to a bi-monthly email at the end of the month. So I invite you to join Happy Mail, the happiest email in your inbox. Jump over to katiejeffcoat.com/email and subscribe.